¿Qué tal amigos? Sean bienvenidos a otro video aquí en su canal favorito de videojuegos. El día de hoy, porque ustedes lo pidieron a través de las votaciones de Facebook, vamos a jugar Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. Este juego le he tenido ganas desde hace muchísimo tiempo y no me lo había dado porque, no sé, no lo tenía creo. Lo conseguimos para Nintendo Switch, obviamente con sus detallitos visuales, pero creo que tiene un gran trabajo de adaptación. Ya lo van a ver ustedes en pantalla. Y pues vamos a ver de qué va esto. La verdad es que no tengo mucho contexto en realidad. Sé que es una obra de estas como artísticas y así, pero fuera de eso no sé mucho de la historia. Ni siquiera estoy muy seguro de la cultura en la que se desarrolla. Pero bueno, ya lo vamos a ver. También vamos a tener video de The Witness, gracias a un voto que no voy a decir quién fue, pero que decidió votar a las 11:59 p.m. para empatar esta situación. Ya lo tendremos próximamente este video también. Pero bueno, vamos a checar qué tal nos va con esto. Y ahorita regresamos. Ok, pues ya estamos aquí listos para esto que pidieron. Qué bonita presentación. Estamos jugando en Nintendo Switch, van a ver ahí las graficotas. Sí, yo sé, a lo mejor otras versiones están más chidas, pero hicieron ahí unos truquillos bien padres que los chicos de Digital Foundry les pueden explicar mejor. Vamos a iniciar una nueva partida. Espero que estén escuchando este video con audífonos, en cuyo caso, hola. Hola a todos. Sí nos sacó de pedo el mensaje de ahí del principio.
Hello. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
What's happening? It's breathing. The head. It's breathing. It's breathing. You know she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching.
This is a journey deep into darkness. There will be no more stories after this one.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? They're watching. Why doesn't she know coming? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already dead. I feel you coming. You're coming. Quiet.
Oh, how rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. Well, that's not quite true. Some are old, some are new, but they've changed. I think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
Look around you. Can you see them? Over there. Why isn't she looking? Why aren't you looking? He's in hell high.
Look, up ahead.
Hell high.
You see it too?
You promised you gave you.
Yes. It is real after all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call hell.
Turn back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe.
It's there. They're here.
You see that? I can see it.
corridors of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here. This is not a place of rest.
You can't do this. Go back, go back. They're going to do that to you. Can you see them? Can you see them? They're going to do that to you. They're watching. Stop. Can you feel them watching? They're watching her. They're watching her. You're so close to the darkness. Go back. Can you feel it?
What is she thinking? I can tell you. She's afraid. Wouldn't you be? You'd think she would get used to it by now after so many years. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it, turn away. But it's always there, just out of sight, where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
They can feel you.
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own. But it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senua's fear runs far, far deeper. What is she looking at? What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us. There's no going back.
You can't do it.
Senua pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
Ok, no quería interrumpir ni con mi jeta ni con mi voz toda esta introducción. De verdad, ojalá lo estén jugando con audífonos porque creo que eso va a ser de lo más chido del juego. Y bueno, obviamente por ahí vemos algunas texturillas y así que dices, se nota que es de Switch. Pero creo que hicieron un buen trabajo, digo.
Look really clearly.
Focus, Senua.
Focus. Focus and you'll see. What happens if you focus?
Do not forget my stories, Senua. Because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hela's gate, but gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the river of knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
Ok. Creo que no voy a hablar mucho. Bendito sea Dios, dicen algunos de ustedes, ya los estoy escuchando. Pero sí, gran trabajo de adaptación, se ve que está muy padre. Seguramente si lo juegas en tu PC Master Race 2040K y todo eso, se debe ver muy chido, pero bueno, seguramente ahorita se nos va a pasar. A ver, con este botón corremos, con este nos enfocamos. Go back. ¿Por qué quieren que regrese? ¿Quién sabe si tenga doblaje? A ver, es una pequeña pausa aquí. Ok, creo que no tiene, pero... si le pueden quitar los subtítulos, tal vez se puedan meter más a la experiencia.
Darkness is coming. Yearn for life. Hunger for it. Like a pack of wolves in the heat. She's not stopping.
Pero voy hacia la oscuridad, ahí que... ¿Tengo que regresar?
Not this time.
Ok.
Can you see it?
The land of mist and fog.
He's in there.
The old fool was right.
He's in there. You see him?
What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim.
He's lost. He's lost.
Where are you?
Ah, su madre.
I hear you.
He's there. You know it.
There's no doubt about
He's
it.
lost.
The source of the darkness is in Helheim,
You'll never find him. They're called
and the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Come. Her dear beloved, Dillian.
Ujú. Es como si hiciera una... como si hicieras transición de video a juego.
Why is she doing
Pero está chido que hayan hecho los truquitos. Cállense, déjenme seguir.
He's already dead.
Que te valga, chorizo.
His soul is in Helheim. His soul still lives. She needs to save his soul. She wants his soul to be at peace. She needs to lay him to rest.
He's the bridge to Helheim. I forget its name. She forgets too. But she does remember that only the dead may cross it. That part wasn't so easy to forget. The old fool said there was a hidden path up to it. Let's see, shall we?
Una piedra.
The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim. The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Helheim, and that is where you must travel.
Suena como unas muy bonitas vacaciones. Vamos allá. Todo este rollo nórdico siempre se me ha hecho bien interesante. Y ahorita como que está muy de moda. No, ahorita es un decir, ¿no? Desde la serie de Vikingos, esta peli de Northman, obviamente lo que pasó con God of War. Es una de las mitologías más chidas que hay. Creo que esta y la egipcia son las que más me llaman la atención. ¡Cállate!
You're not safe. Stop! Do you know where you are? Where are we?
What's she waiting for?
You've got to go. Why did she do that? She shouldn't have done it. She can't go back now.
No, this is it. The hidden path.
Las runas también se me hacen algo bien chido.
He's going to hurt you. It's dangerous.
Don't kill me. I'm not one of them.
What?
I was just hiding. I find I live longer that way. Don't listen. I'll never let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you? It's just a memory.
Druth? Is that you?
Around you now.
For my tales of the Northmen, they call me Druth. A liar.
He's lost.
An old fool. Truth is my truth.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
I can see what.
Take a closer
Hold
look.
it in your mind's eye.
She
Find
needs to
one
focus
like it to
now.
open the
She needs
gate.
to use her eyes. See it. Focus. See it. Focus. Hit. Look for it. You'll never give up. It's a secret. It's the secret.
A ver.
Hidden secret. There's a pattern. See the pattern. There's a pattern. See the pattern. It's just that. You'll never find it. Hidden secret. He's not there.
It's near.
Ok.
Focus. Look towards the gate, and the gate will open.
The gate is open. Go through the gate.
Go through it.
It's dangerous.
Follow it.
What's behind the gate?
It worked.
I spent 6 years enslaved in hell, but I watched the Northmen, learnt their ways.
I know you did.
You listened when everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
Estoy muy sacado de onda con esta situación como de
Voice joins us. She was trying
voces.
to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real. We are always here. I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge, pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near, waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away.
¿Me podré caer, neta?
She's gonna be just another body.
Sé que no es lo mismo, sé que no tiene nada que ver y que yo no sé nada de la vida, pero tuve oportunidad de hacer un proyecto para personas con enfermedad mental y platicar un poquito sobre situaciones como de esquizofrenia con el director del neuropsiquiátrico. Sé que no tiene mucho que ver y que obviamente no estoy en posición de hablar del tema, pero recordé un episodio de BoJack Horseman que creo que se llama A Piece of Shit o algo así, y eso de tener una vocecita diciéndote que no puedes no es tan exclusivo de los videojuegos.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your Dillion was sacrificed, and with her you must bargain.
Ok, entonces, la cabeza que traemos es de Dillion y queremos recuperarlo, quizá porque era el amor de nuestra vida o algo así. Creo que este juego me va a pegar más de lo que pensaba. No es como que tenga esquizofrenia o algo así, pero me está trayendo como un par de sensaciones y recuerdos medio extrañas.
Stay back. Look at it. You have to open it.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find him. Shh. Someone's here. I'll give you what you want. I won't resist anymore. Just give him back.
You're going to die. Get dying.
Ok.
It's nearly the end. You finished it. He's a better fighter. She's ready.
Fuck, movie. Fuck. Madres, ¿cuántos son?
Behind you.
A vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is rot. And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her. All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
Ok. Guau. No me han explicado ni cómo pelear. Yo le piqué a todo. Ok. Una mecánica interesante. Al menos para tenerte así como que...
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. That is what Dillian taught her. With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul. But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind. And she will fulfill her vow, whatever the cost.
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Surt, and the god of illusion, Valravan. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
Ok, yo sé que está en otro tono y es otra cosa completamente, pero ahora que nuestro gran amigo el Jimus está por fin jugando Shadow of the Colossus, Creo que esta idea de sacrificarse por
She's going to die.
algo
The
tan
Northmen say
importante.
that in the beginning there was nothing but darkness. Bitter cold to the north, fiery hot to the south. They say the cold formed ice, which melted from the sparks from the south. The power of the darkness gave life to the dripping ice, and the first giant was born, and was named Ymir. The ice continued to drip, and the power of the void gave life to it, and it became a cow, whose milk fed the giant. That's right, a cow. Bet you weren't expecting that.
Les decía, como en Shadow of the Colossus, que es esto como el sacrificio por alguien importante. Es una cosa que generalmente en las historias como que me llega mucho, pero aquí está muy amplificada la situación con esta bronca de la esquizofrenia, la enfermedad mental. No es como que tenga experiencia personal, pero me ha tocado estar cerca de cosas del estilo y creo que, no sé.
Valravan, ancestor of the seers and master of ravens. He hunts his prey with his powers of illusion and feasts on their remains. Follow the path to Valravan and defeat him in battle to earn his mark. The gate to Helheim cannot be opened without it.
Y si me regreso y abro la del bosque. Bueno, vamos para acá.
Ymir was a frost giant, a being of darkness, and all his sons and grandsons were dark after him. Of his daughters and granddaughters, some were monstrous, but others fair. But there was another who came from the ice. Buri. In shape, he was like a man, big and powerful. His son, Bor, took a fair giant to be his wife, and they had 3 sons. Odin was the eldest, and the Northmen hold him to be the foremost of the gods, the All-Father.
Me gustan mucho estos como segmentos de narración que hay en el camino. Siento que le dan mucha más solidez a la historia. Y es curioso porque estamos como descubriendo la historia personal de Senua, pero aprendiendo al mismo tiempo sobre mitología nórdica. Parecería estar tranqui aquí, pero hay una puerta roja.
Illusion hides the path to Valravn. Don't trust your eyes. Find another way to see the truth.
What's that? It's a door. Push it. Push it. Push it. Come on. Come on. She did it. She did it. Something was different. Can you see? She can't see.
Ok.
Why can't she see?
Cállense.
Your camera just
funny. We all want to see behind the veil, don't we? But once we do, we mostly just close our eyes again and pretend what we saw was never really there.
Buenísimo el trabajo de actuación, de voz y de personaje de Senua hasta ahorita. Llevamos 30 minutos y se nota la calidad.
Anyone never could close her eyes, however hard she tried, begged. This is the price she pays for seeing things differently. Because once you gaze into the relentless darkness, all that lurks within it can see you too.
Espero de verdad que no haya jumpscares en esta cosa. Ok. ¿Qué tan difícil puede ser esto?
You're close. Just don't let them get behind you. Let them surround you.
¡Ay! Pensé que se había muerto. ¡Ay, güey! Ok. Está chido, está padre porque no es así como que demasiado.
Will not stop her. She will find what she's looking for.
Cada vez que quiero decir algo me interrumpe la narración. No está así como demasiado enfocado en el combate. Eso está bien, está cumplidor. Pero creí que va a ser como más de caminar y caminar. Está chido que le metan estos segmentos. Okay.
Valravan's power of illusion comes from ravens. Align the ravens to break his magic seal.
Ravens. Okay.
Look how much it's changed.
Tal vez por arriba. Ah, ya, qué tonto. Ustedes disculpen, estoy bien guaje para esto. Si era arriba, pero no sabía cómo subir.
Something's shifted. Something's happened. Something's shifted. Can you feel it?
Do you feel it too? It's like crossing into another world that looks the same but feels different. An imposter world.
Ok.
Another gate.
Another gate. You know what to do. Stay back. You have to open it. It's not safe. Don't listen to them. Listen. Don't. Open. You can do it.
Madres.
Don't touch it. Step back. Come on.
To break the seal, align the ravens with the mark of Valravan.
Where are they? What does it mean? Ravens.
Which ravens?
Where are they?
Can't you see them? She can't see.
The crown. You have to find.
Line up the ravens. Shh. I hear something.
If you hear the soul of Valravan, follow it, and it will lead you to him. But be aware of his illusions. You can't always trust your eyes.
Where did he go? You lost him. Where is he? It was all your fault.
Valravan. Silence me.
Ah, su madre.
Fight me.
Is she lost? First time. Last winter, before the tragedy, she journeyed into the wilds of her native land, living off berries, roots, and rabbits. Uncommon, we see. They call such a person a Gelt. Some, like Truth, become Gelt in search of penance. Others, like Senua, to purge a curse. Those who make it back are forever changed.
She can get up now. What's happening? She can get up now. How can she get out? It must be magic. Don't magic. A trick.
We picture fear, and we think of a shadow in the woods, a creature in the night. If only it were that simple. The worst kind comes without warning. A deep and primal signal from within. A reminder that just because you cannot see the threat, it doesn't mean that it's not already here.
She can't go in. Has to find another route.
Truth says there's always another route.
Find a way somewhere. Go round somewhere. Find your own path. There's a different way.
Oh shit. casi me mata. Siento que se me va a pasar una de estas cosas.
The Northmen say that Odin and his brothers killed Ymir, and that the world of men was formed from his corpse. They made his bones into stone, and his flesh into earth, and his blood into the salt sea. They set his skull to be the bowl of the sky, with his brains for clouds. Odin and his brothers caught the sparks flying from Muspel and made them into stars. And to protect the new world from the giants, they used Ymir's great curving eyebrows as walls.
¿Cuántas veces me tendré que morir para que se acabe el juego? Quizá el mundo nunca lo sabrá.
Do you know what it's like to leave everything behind? Your home, loved ones, to head deep into the wilds, perhaps never to return. Senua does. Because when darkness speaks, it changes everything. Turning home into a foreign land and loved ones into strangers. Exile makes sense when you realize that you were never really home in the first place.
Uf, qué fuerte.
The song. Balravan. Balravan's song. It's over here. It's over here.
Is that? It's over there. No, it's here. There's two.
Listen, focus, listen.
It's magic. It's magic. It's an illusion. She's been in a forest like this before.
This reminds her of somewhere. The forest.
Where?
Which forest?
The forest in the wilds.
The wilds.
She left Dillian.
She went to the wilds a long time ago.
Why did she go to the wilds?
She wanted to fight her own darkness. She thought she could beat her own darkness.
Did she beat her darkness?
No. It nearly killed her, but she tried.
Druth. Druth helped her.
If it wasn't for Druth, she'd be
She'd be
dead.
dead.
She can't beat her own darkness. She wanted to marry Dillian.
She came to beat her own darkness and marry Dillian. But it didn't work.
She thought her curse would affect him.
She thought her curse would spread to him.
She thought she'd bring the darkness to him too.
She nearly died.
She thought the curse made her tainted.
Druth helped her.
Este puente está caído. Digo, atorado. No puedo pasar por ahí. Y el otro lado, pues parece que tampoco. Quizá tengamos que usar el poder de la elipsis. A ver, aquí hay una ruedita de estas. Va a asustar a este güey.
The ravens. They've gone.
Ok.
Half of them have gone.
They've gone. Some are still there.
But where? Some are still there.
Mel Raven's helping. Why is he?
He's not helping.
It's a trick.
Quiet.
Out in the wilds, in the cold winter woods,
Where have they gone?
she no longer felt fit for this world. She almost gave in to the darkness. She remembered Dillian's words. She remembered her promise. She resolved to fight on and kill that which had become a part of her.
Estoy alucinando, me pareció ver que el Himut no juega Pokémon Unite en este momento. Creo que ya me afectó esto.
The ravens. They've all gone. No. There's still
There's three.
There's three. Where have they gone? They gone.
She did hypnotize it.
Looking back, I was so naive to think she could banish it on her own. The further she saw into the darkness, the more she struggled to see anything at all. And the glow, the smallest hints of shape, sound, thought, grew in strength until they consumed her whole. Before she knew it, the darkness had her in its claws.
Broke. The gate is open. Open. She did it.
There is no such thing as victory when it comes to the darkness. It's like it doesn't want to kill her. Yet, it will gnaw at her, biding its time. Only when she is at her weakest will it strike to kill. Will she find Dillian before her time comes?
Wow. Vamos pues.
Overcome Valravan's final illusion to face him in his keep. I know you can do it, Senua. You have the sight.
We both see the darkness. We can fight it together.
Okay.
Speak to me, Drew. Tell me a story.
Senua, listen. I will tell you the tale of a man called Findan. The Northmen captured Findan's sister, and his father sent him to pay for her release. But they took his gold, put him in chains, and held him for a day and a night without food or water. Then they released him. I don't know why. Upon his return, his father's enemies in Erin set fire to his home. His father burnt to death, and his brother was killed. But he escaped with sorrow in his heart. His father's enemies offered redress for his loss and invited him to a feast. It was at a hall near the sea. But when he went there, they betrayed him to the Northmen, who enslaved him and took him to hell. 6 years later, his slave masters landed on the shores of Orkney, burning all before them. And into that fire, Findan made his escape. What was Findan burnt away that day. But from the flames, a new man stepped forward, and Druth was born. Druth, the man that I am now. And though Findan never set eyes on his dear sister again, I, Druth, have found you, Senua.
I wish you could have seen my home before these dark times.
¿Neta te podrás caer? Ay, güey, creo que sí.
The gate is open. Open.
This darkness. I know
Ay,
it from the
Dios.
wilds.
Está atrás.
It's coming back for me.
Wow.
I'm still here. Are you too? Where are we? I remember. It didn't end well in the wilds. It never does. You think you can overcome the darkness, make sense of it, and once relief settles in, it strikes out of nowhere, throwing you helplessly back into the maelstrom, drowning the mind in fear, deeper, deeper, dragging you down so far into the void that maybe this time there is no coming back. But there, in the darkness,
Senua,
she remembered what he told her.
hear me. Reach out to me. Senua, take my iron mirror. Look into it, for it is a window into the underworld. Within, you will see the face of the darkness that you fear. And if you focus, like I have taught you to, you will also see that as much as the darkness has you trapped within its veil, it too is trapped within yours. Focus. Focus! Focus!
I see you! I see you now! You led me to the wilds! You trapped me there!
Oh, fuck.
Whoa!
Ah, maldita sea. Ok. Ok, con el espejo hacemos ahí con la focos acá.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
Ah, puedo cubrir. Ah, fuck. ¿Cómo esquivo esa madre? Espero que los golpes me estén subiendo vida o algo. Investigamos.
Focus. Now. Focus. You can do this. Focus. Focus. It's not over yet. Right. She will die. The mirror. Focus is coming back. I never beat you in the wilds, did I? It was an illusion. But not this time!
Ándale, motherfucker. Pinche Honshu.
The mark of Valravan, one of the keys to the gate to Helheim. Hold it in your mind's eye.
With every battle, the darkness grows stronger. Every victory bringing her closer to defeat. Unfair, isn't it? In those dark winter nights in the wilds, there were times when she considered letting go. If it weren't for Druth, a chance encounter in the wilds, she would not have heard his stories of the Northmen. And she would not have this chance to find Dillion's soul.
I'm coming.
Wow. Qué chulada de juego. Vámonos. Y pues ya lo vieron, este juego la verdad es que está súper chido. La experiencia es algo bien diferente a lo que me imaginaba y Perdón si no comentaba mucho en el camino, pero no sé, como que me generó muchas emociones muy raras. He tenido problemas con la cámara últimamente, ahí nos faltó un pedazo del gameplay, pero bueno, de todas maneras se los quise dejar para que vieran al menos en qué concluye esta primera parte. Y gran juego, no puedo esperar para seguirlo jugando. Creo que no es tan largo, debe dar alrededor de 6 horas y media, 7, y se me hace bastante bien para la experiencia que tiene. Todo el combate me sorprendió bastante más. Pensé que iba a ser mucho más básico, pero no, está muy chido. Y la parte de los puzzles, pues ni se diga. Muchas gracias por haber visto este video. Recuerden suscribirse, compartir, activar la campanita, comenten todo lo que puedan. Y no se pierdan las próximas votaciones ahí mismo en Facebook. Síganos en Twitter, en Instagram. Y también si les gusta el contenido y quieren apoyar, pues vayan a Patreon y dennos $1 al mes para seguir dedicándonos a esto. Por lo pronto, aquí les dejamos. Yo soy Oscarfun y nos vemos la próxima. Bye.